All
Alrighty.
right, we're being live streamed. Want to be able to see us on YouTube. Hello, everybody. Valerie and Sunny Walton here yet again with another comp plan overview and review. So really excited to talk to you guys today about this company. It is picking up a little bit of traction amongst some friends of ours. And so they asked, hey, you take a look at this comp plan. So that's what we're doing. So if you've been seeing people post things like they're an appreneur or something about, what is it, SF5 or something like that, this is the company. And the name of that company is Truvy. So now you don't have to ask them for details. Now you know what it is. And we're just going to jump right into it today. Hey, Robert, I see that you're on in the live chat. Hello. We're sharing the link out, but if you could help us out with that, that'd be great. If you could put it in the groups, all three, and not online income accelerator, but the 3 profitpreneur groups, that'd be cool. So we'd appreciate that. All right.
So first stop is the website.
Yes, because we got to go get their comp plan.
Alrighty. Here's the website. All right, cool. So this is the website, and usually, you kind of scroll to the bottom. This is the page that's about the money part, I think. Yeah, it's a minute. Yeah. Overview. So I don't scroll, to the bottom. I don't see any particular documents or anything that says anything about the comp plan. I know this page, M-Commerce, that's the page we're on right now. Legal terms, maybe no, that's
Where the comp plan, y'all? Where the comp plan?
Yeah, I don't see it. I'm on the about page, and it's not. I don't, not there. And if it is here, it's hidden somewhere.
Right.
Yeah, I don't know.
So we just did a company like this not too long ago where, the companies are required by the FTC to be transparent, especially with income disclaimers. I'm sorry, what do they call it?
Disclosures?
Income disclosures and their comp plans. And this is the second company so far that we go to their website and we can't even find their own comp plan on it. This is not good. Like, I don't,
Yeah, I personally just don't like that. I hate when the comp plan is not apparent on the website.
Yeah.
You gotta Google it. And so that's what we did. We Googled it.
Yeah, it's like they make it harder for people to be able to make an informed decision before they jump into the business. And then you're left with only going on the person's word that introduced you to it. But their word is not what will be legally binding. It's their comp plan and their income disclosure. So, that, okay.
Yeah.
Well, Kim would find it.
Yeah, well, a quick Google search will, this will pop up. And so that's what we pulled up here. Okay. And when we click on this, it says 10 months ago. So it's recent as of 10 months ago at least, but usually your comp plan document will have the the date on it, right? The date that it was, made.
Hold on, babe. And right there, the actual link, it says help.truvy.com. So evidently this came from them. Just in case you want to, where did you get the comp plan from them? So, all right.
Yeah. So this is the one, and it says 2.3.4. We didn't see a date or anything on it at the bottom. That's what we looked for.
A copyright date or some date on there somewhere. Yeah. So, to make sure that we have the absolute most recent, most updated comp plan. So this is what we have to go on, is knowing that this was made or put up 10 months ago.
Yeah. Yep. All right. So let's go through it. So it looks like this company has, health and wellness products, and it's product based, it looks like.
Which is good. Product based.
All right, table of contents. It's not clickable, so we just have to run through it. Okay. So weekly payouts, retail difference, sample commissions. Truvy pays the difference between the retail price and the, well, let's move to the stack. We shift this since they can move over here.
Oh, yeah.
Truvy pays the difference between the retail price and the, oh, I have to do a new share then.
You do?
Yeah. I'm sharing the screen.
Oh,
All right, here we go.
okay. So we were looking at your golf course.
We were looking at y'all looking at the golf course.
All right. Yep, there it is. I see it now. Okay.
Truvy pays the difference between the retail price and the associate price to the direct upline associate. This commission can be earned either by the try now replicated site or through the standard retail sign up process. So see the example. Pretty easy to explain. Customer cost is $29. The associate cost is $13. So your profit is $16. Right?
Okay.
Pretty simple. First order bonus. The first order bonus is paid on the first order with volume placed by a new customer or associate. It is paid out to the sponsorship tree to the first 4 qualified upline associates that have generated at least 100 total qualifying volume for level 1 payments, or 200 total qualifying volume for levels 2 through 4 payments in the current and or previous month.
Okay, so what that mean?
Well, let's see. First generation, 20%, second generation, 10%, third generation, 5%, 4%. So these are the levels on, what the percentage is on the levels that you get paid on, right? So your direct people, you get in on your first level, you get 20% on those. This is just the first order, like bonus.
Yeah.
Right.
So this is every month. This is
right.
The first purchase. So what does it mean when they're talking about for qualified? Like you're going to get this paid out to the sponsorship tree to the first 4 qualified upline associates that have generated at least 100 total qualifying volume. So it sounds to me like you have to qualify for this first order bonus.
Yeah, so it looks like it says first for qualified upline associates, and it looks like in order to be qualified, you have to have generated at least 100 total qualifying volume. If you want to get paid for level 1. If you want to get paid for levels 2 through 4, it looks like you have to generate at least 200 total qualifying volume.
That's what I'm saying. I need a picture painted here.
In the current and previous.
So what does this mean? Like that?
So
I'm not getting paid, even though this is the person's first order, I don't get paid unless I already have 100 total qualifying volume. So what does that mean, 100 total qualifying volume then? I guess would be the next question.
Most likely it's your auto ship.
Okay.
Right. So and we'll see this as we go further, but I'm guessing that most likely if you're on 100 auto ship, or if you're on 200 volume auto ship, that's probably what they're going to tell you. You get 100 auto ship, you can get this first order bonus for your first level people. Right. If you're on 200 auto ship, you can get the bonus through levels 2 through 4.
Okay. Well, let's see.
Monthly payouts. Go bonus. This bonus is designed to help you get a head start on your business by building a strong foundation, achieving the first 3 ranks. By doing this, you can earn up to $500 in gold bonus commissions. For managing associate is 50, senior is 150, and 1-star director is 300.
Wait.
We haven't. It's kind of out of order because we haven't even established what the levels are, what you need to achieve them. They're just kind of telling you these are the different types of income you can earn. But
and if you earn all 3 in your first was a head start. Oh, it doesn't say a time frame, but if you can triple advance, then they'll pay you each one of these you know, all at once. You got the 300 plus the 150 plus the 50, you know. Okay, but we don't know how yet. How you gonna do that? What is necessary for you to be a managing associate to earn the $50? So what's happening right now is it's like, hey, look at the money you can earn, look at the money you can earn, but you still haven't told me how I'm supposed to go do that. And that's what a comp plan is designed to do. It is the plan for your compensation, including what is the roadmap, like what is needed of me, the associate, to be able to hit these levels. So hopefully we're gonna get to that. Let's see.
Yep. All right, Unilevel.
Oh.
So it's a Unilevel. It's pretty simple to understand.
Yep.
All right, all downline product purchases in a given month, excluding the first order bonus, will generate a commission for upline associates that are commission qualified. To be commission qualified, gotta turn that off.
Okay.
Second. Where are you? All right. To be commission qualified, an associate simply has to generate 100 personal volume in the given month. Retail customers will count towards your personally sponsored number only at the managing associate level. The table below breaks down the ranks and qualified levels upon which an associate is qualified to receive commissions. So yeah, this is pretty common. You know, you have the 100 PV to be commission qualified. You can either do that personally with your own order, or you can do that with having, you know, some registered, like some customers or whatever. But it's saying that your retail customers will only count towards your personally sponsored number only at the managing associate level. So let's see. Here's the chart. So associate, you have 100 in PV. Okay, cool. You get 7% on level one. So you can only earn on one level coming in as associate, and that's it. All right. Yeah. To hit managing associate, you need 2 personally sponsored associates. Plus you need to be
What's
on
that asterisk?
Yeah, no.
I'll be looking out.
Plus you need to be on 100 PV, and then you get the 3 levels of commissions. What is that first star? The first star says active personally sponsored must be associates except at managing associate rank.
Okay.
Oh. All right.
Wait, is that a 1 or an arrow?
That's like a num, NA sign, like a num,
a
nothing.
Come on, the cross of Jesus. I don't know what's going on up in here. We need to pray.
Volume within 8 levels, 500. There's 2 stars here. Compressed 8 placement levels. All right. So for those who don't know what compression is, that's when if somebody drops out, the volume will shift up to, you know, fill the space. It won't leave the people on the 4th level. If that other person drops, it'll shift everybody up.
Yeah.
We got outside
legs
legs and stuff. Let's see what's this about. Listen, we had some, when we start talking about like outside volume, like it gets interesting, but I don't know. We'll see. Hopefully it's not as confusing as the other one.
Right.
Okay, so that was, I mean, that's pretty simple to understand, but they also include this, like you have to have 500, 500 volume, like group volume, plus your 100, and you have to have at least 2 personally sponsored.
So the PV is your personal volume. Is that what that stands for?
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah.
So that's what you're buying, and then
you and total... your retail customers. So retail customer volume can count towards your PV. So it doesn't have to be all like you. They could be some other, as long as they're like retail customers and not in the business. I think that's what it is.
Okay.
And so it
Well,
seems
then
like,
if that counts, then how, it can't count for both. It counts for your PV and the volume within your 8 levels.
no, it's for your PV, I think.
So then what counts for the volume?
Think your group, whatever your team is doing, their volumes.
So you could have 500 in PV, but it won't count as your volume within your 8 levels. So that would mean you wouldn't get paid anything.
Yeah, I don't know.
Extra,
Don't quote me on
yeah.
that. I think that, I mean, it should count, right?
Let's just see. Because you're gonna need level 1. Like if you're bringing people into the team and the team, like if what they mean by volume within levels is that your people have to be bringing those people in,
Yeah.
then that's what, you know.
Yeah, I don't think, because they said, if you have like, say 500 PV, because you have like some retail customers, I don't think that counts towards your 8 levels. Because that's just you and your people.
I'm just trying to understand this part again. All downline product purchases in a given month, excluding the first order bonus, of course, because they're not going to pay you twice on the same thing, will generate a commission for upline associates that are commissions qualified. What does that mean? What do you have to do to be commissions qualified? Because we still don't know. So let's keep going. To be commissions qualified, an associate simply has to generate 100 personal volume in a given month. Your retail customers will count towards your personally sponsored number only at the managing associate level. So when it says it counts towards your personally sponsored number, that's not the same as personal volume.
Right. Nope. They're talking about this.
That part. Okay. Okay, got you. Table below. Okay, so I had to go back over that again. So so you basically have to do 100-point order every month. That's your personal volume. And then on top of that, your personally sponsored number, retail customers will count towards that only for that first level that you need associates personally sponsored, but then after that they don't count, it looks like, because they say only for that. So this means
where here?
Yeah, we'll count only at the managing associate level.
I guess I'm assuming and above.
They need to say that, look, the comp plan, and they know better. You have to be extremely clear in a legal document like this. That's what this is. Because of whenever you see like network marketing companies being sued with a class action lawsuit, it's because of little things like this, leaving out stuff, and people think they're going to get paid something and then they don't because the comp plan wasn't clear on that, and they assume something. Like that's where that be coming from, Gerald. Anyway, let's keep going.
All right. So as you level up, it looks like your PV stays the same. Your PV requirement stays the same.
So you have to.
Yeah. So that's good. That's good. Your personally sponsored increases.
Yeah, I was gonna say, it looks like you max out the comp plan with personally sponsored at 6, which is really good. That's under 10. I give that a thumbs up for that. The 100 personal volume, tentatively I'm giving it a thumbs up because I don't know how much money that is that I have to put in to get my 100 points. So, and I know it'll vary, and that's why companies do points and not dollars. But what would the variation be? What's the range? Am I putting in $200 a month? Am I putting in $50 a month? Like what counts as a point? So we'd have to go and look at that.
Now, to me, so like when we look at comp plans, we kind of like, okay, like what rank are people kind of going to get stuck at? Like looking at how the comp plan works. And for me, it looks like a lot of people gonna get stuck at managing associate.
That's what I was gonna say. I was gonna say that because it's difficult in and of itself to get the volume. That's where a lot of people have a problem growing their business when they have product. Now let's think about this. You need 100 points yourself. At this level, you only need 2 but you need 500 volume. So that means each one of these folks have to some way, somehow add up, whether it's just them or it's them and some other people they bring in, but some way it has to add up to 500 points in volume for you. And that's where it can get a little tricky, because if they're only required to do 100 points, just like you, that's probably all they're going to do. So if you got two people at 100 points each, that's only 200 points, but you need 500. And if you're new to this, or you don't have the skills to get out here and market online and attract people to you and have quality conversations and know how to close, then it's going to be difficult for you. So, which means you'll then need to rely a lot more heavily on your team. But if your team also is either new to this or they don't have the skills, y'all can be stuck at 300 points a month. You're not going to get to the 500. It's going to take you a while to get over that threshold. And then you're going from 500. When you finally do hit it, you got to go from 500 to 3,000. You now have to 6x your business just to get to the next level.
That's what I was saying. There's a big gap between this. I mean, if you want to say everyone got 100 points and you're going from 5 to 30 folks, then I mean, you might be somewhere headed towards here, but I'm telling you, with the retention and things that happen in your organization, I'm looking at there being a standstill around managing an associate.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And let's also look at the money. So far, right? Because typically what they'll do is they'll pay you out based on the points, right? So far, I don't see anywhere that says anything against that. So for example, I just said, we don't know how much money it costs for you to get that certain amount of points, but that doesn't matter when it comes to how you get paid, because they'll look at the points and say, okay, you get 7% of the 500 points, right? It's not about how much money got spent by the customer.
Yeah.
So you can get paid up to 3 levels as a managing associate. So let's just say you brought everybody in on level 1 and you got 500 points, you're going to get 7% of that. So what is that? Is that big money? Have we changed our lives? Can we fire our boss? So I'm going, oh, you doing that? I was gonna.
No, I just want to shift this over here.
That's $35, Chad. That's 35 damn dollars.
That's how it starts out. Typically, you start small. You only got a few people, so yeah.
Well, no wonder they want you to hurry up and triple advance. What you got to get to? Senior? You got to go through associate, managing, and then senior, right? To get the $500.
Yeah.
No shit. Like you really gonna need to get cracking.
Yeah. The thing that I do like, though, is that the percentages aren't all crazy spread out, right? They're pretty close. I mean, it goes from 5, 6, and 7%, right? And so, it drives a pretty even behavior throughout the field. Like I've seen comp plans that'll pay you 10% on level 1, 40% on level 2, and like 5% on level 3, right? It'll drive a certain behavior where it's like put everybody under your first, under your first person.
That's true.
Because you get the most, so
that's true.
Making it even is good.
Yeah, I get that point, and I can agree with you on that. But at the same time, I can also disagree a little bit because like it would be nice if the percentages, I guess, were maybe larger. 7% is not a lot of money for all this volume that they want you to bring in. And remember, this is the contract. This is the general contract between you and a network marketing company. You are their sales agent. You are there. Your duty is to acquire customers for this company. And when you do, they give you a percentage. But 7% for me, like, the average that you're looking at is somewhere between 5 and 15%. And they're like right in the middle. So it's fair enough. But me personally, I would want more. Especially since you don't see much of a raise until the team grows, right? So that means you're not making money going across, you're making money the deeper you go, the bigger the organization that you get. So hopefully eventually that kind of weighs itself out. But like, at what point would you possibly get to $10,000 a month if we only looked at Unilevel, right? Or even here, like, let me start here first and then we'll look at that. So you can, if you get, no. Okay, so in order for you to get to 500, you have to hit 1-star director as fast as you can. I thought it was senior. Okay, so what does that look like? So you've got 9,000 in volume. You get 7% of that. $630 plus the $500 for hitting that so fast. So you'd be at $1,130, $1,130. And again, this doesn't include like whatever this weekly thing, this first order thing and this weekly thing, child, I don't know. But yeah, if we were just looking at this, right? Because this is more easily calculatable. Because I don't know how many people are going to come in at any given time. That sounds nice. It sounds nice when people say, yeah, you get paid weekly, but I don't know from week to week who's coming in, when they're coming in, how they're coming in, how much they're going to spend. I don't know that stuff. This is an example.
Yeah.
What if somebody comes in and they spend $100 and then, you know, what is my associate cost for that? And so that I'll know what my profit will be. They won't tell me. It's vague. It will vary. Right. So this sounds good, but is this going to be the reality? Don't know. Right. Same for this. You get the 20%, 10%, 5%. At any given time, I don't know what that's going to look like. 20% of what? 5% of what? Right. And then the monthly is what, you know, people really want to know about. Your bills come in every month. With my monthly pay alone, would I be able to pay off, you know, certain things? So when you're at 1-star director, we've just established the faster you hit it, the better it is, because you can either earn 630 or you could earn 500. Now we're keeping this example very, very simplified, because hitting 1-star director, you could have out of the 9,000 volume, you could have some of that volume is on level 1 and some of it's on level 2, 3, you know, or maybe you only have 4 levels, you don't have 5 or whatever, like that can vary. So we don't want to get it, we don't want to make this too confusing. So we're just going to assume that you have put in the work because you're in Profitpreneur, so you know how to personally enroll people, right? And that we're just looking at everybody on level 1, just to keep it simple. We're not trying to mislead anybody or anything like that. We're just trying to keep it simple at level 1s. Okay. So yeah, what would we need to do to finally hit some good money here?
5-star director, you're definitely making 10K plus a month.
So what's the 200,000 in volume times the 7%?
14,000 a month.
Oh, nice. Yeah. So yeah, this would be my goal. Like I always look at comp plans, and the thought that I have is how fast can I hit the rank that gets me steady residual 5 figures. That's me though. That's my personal goal.
Yeah.
So I don't like to just look at the one-time bonuses. Child, that's one time. I got to pay my bills all the time, not one time. Okay. So yeah. All right, cool. And then this volume outside 2 largest legs.
So that
3. With the
quantity of volume that needs to be found outside the 2 largest legs. 2 largest legs is defined as the top 2 placement legs with the most active status associates. So basically, that's just a way of them talking about, you know, the balance of your volume, right? Of course, all companies are going to have this balance requirement where no more than a certain percentage of your total qualifying volume can come from a single leg or team, meaning the direct people that's in front of you, their teams, right? So they just worded it differently. I've never seen it worded like this except for the other comp plan.
Yeah.
But
so basically what they're saying is like the teams you're building, the 2 largest teams that you have with people under this, you know, 1 level and this leg or whatever, the 2 largest ones don't count. So what volume do you have outside of the 2 largest ones?
Yeah,
right?
Basically. So okay. This is basically saying if you're hitting this level, say senior associate, you can't have any more than 500. No, you have to have at least 500
in an outside leg.
Yeah, coming from one of your smaller legs.
So
right?
basically, I'm sorry.
Good.
I was just going to say, basically, the 3,000 can come from wherever, but they will also look at where is the most volume out of the 3,000 coming from. We're not counting that. We need to look at outside of that. Do you also have 500 in volume there? If you don't, you could have 4,000 here and 3 people and 100 points. But if you don't have this 500 volume, you're not going to count as a senior associate.
Yeah. So let's say if you have those 3 legs and you have 1,000, 1,000, 1,000, you're fine, right? But let's say you had, let's see. Let's say you had 3,000 volume, but you had 1,300, 1,300, 400.
Yeah, then
you would not, that would not qualify you for senior associate because you don't have at least 500 on
outside leg.
Yeah.
It's not the biggest.
Yeah, even though you do have the 3,000 of volume.
Right.
Right. So
Okay.
that's pretty much how it goes.
Yeah. Just real quick, we're gonna check the chat. Michelle, hey, she said these contracts are speaking gibberish. It's another tongue. Yes, child. Yes. And that's right. They're speaking in italics. Yeah. But this is why we're doing this. You know, we're just so sick and tired of people being misled or being misled. You're
getting into something you don't understand.
Right. And then you done got involved, you put your hard-earned money into it to come to find out you are not going to make $10,000 in 30 days, child. It's going to take you some work, and it's going to, in some cases, take you more work than the average comp plan, depending on what the company is.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So if you're looking to make money, right, we have to, yes, you want to follow your passion, all that. But where is the money? Show me the money. Because if I have a business, my business must make money. And if I am going to attach my good name and reputation to a company, and I am going to partner with this company and say, you pay me for acquiring customers for you, and I acquire some quality customers for them that are buying stuff every month, and you won't pay me some pennies. Well, that ain't good business sense. I need to get paid. I'm helping the company get paid. I need the company to help me. And if we don't have that cycle going, if we don't have that kind of system, then this is not the business for me to join. And that's where a lot of people are getting sucked into this. A lot of folks are doing this. They're not like me and Sunny, where we have full time to be able to apply to this. Now, granted, we ain't treating this like no full-time job. We ain't spending no 40 hours a week working on this shit, stuff. Okay. Like, we're not doing that. We work maybe 2 to 4 hours a day, and the 4 hours is on like a heavy day when we got to launch or something we're helping our team with. But typically it's like 2 hours a day, maybe 4 days a week. And then we get to chill. We can do whatever we want. Not everybody is that fortunate yet. If y'all stick with us, you will be better off. I'm just going to say that. And I'm not saying it to be conceited or anything. I'm saying it because that's a fact. If you stick with us and you can be coachable and you can toss out all the stuff you've learned before, go unlearn all of that and come in here and learn from us, you will be able to benefit. You put yourself in a better position to be successful at whatever you choose. Most companies are going to tell you, no, we've got training for you. You don't need them. Unsubscribe from Profitpreneur. Right? They don't want the third parties. And you know why? They're afraid. It's like a cult. I'm not saying MLMs are cults, but in this way of thinking, it's similar to what cults do. This is why they want to isolate you and separate you from anything outside of what you're in now, because they are afraid you will learn something or discover something that will make you want to leave and find something better. And they're so afraid of that they'll tell you whatever you want to hear to keep you into the company. And that's not the company's fault. Like, don't get me wrong. Normally, the company's not teaching them to do this. This is the culture of upline sometimes, which is what I hated coming in. So I said, I'm going to build myself a team. I'm going to be somebody's upline, and I'm going to give them quality. I'm not going to micromanage them. I'm not going to be a supervisor. I'm going to show them what an upline is supposed to look like. I'm going to lead. I'm going to lead by example. If I ask them to do something to grow their business and grow their team, trust and believe I went and did it ahead of you to prove to you that it works and that you can do this. And so when we're working with people who are starting off using their business as like something on the side to do, you guys don't have a lot of time. Am I right or am I right? You ain't got all day to be trying to figure this out. You don't have time to be going to no belly-to-belly coffee shop meetings, hotel meetings, throwing house for home part. You don't have time for that. And in this day and age, we're in the age of technology. We're in the age of like instant movement, instant information. People don't need to come to no damn hotel meeting because they are going to be looking this stuff up. They don't need to come to all of that stuff no more. This ain't the 1960s, child, where we gonna bake a pie for the new neighbors and go over and have a meeting, child. This is, I don't have time for that. Give me the information now. And so because of that, if you're working and you're trying to grow your business, like you need to know these comp plans before you join. Because once you're in, they're going to do everything they can to keep you in. And a lot of times, like they mean well, but they're desperate. They're like, look, I can't lose somebody. The attrition is too high. I can't have my business being a revolving door. You got to stay, please. And they'll say whatever, do whatever.
Yeah. It's getting more and more competitive because I mean, there's more and more companies joining the network marketing space every day. So,
yeah. And then I saw Robert was saying something.
Yeah, he said, I'm sorry, but if I'm going to have a comp plan that's confusing me, I'm going to need to have coaching to figure out how to be successful at it.
Yeah, you really do. And unfortunately, as far as of right now, they don't have that within the companies. And that's not their job. Like they don't need to have that.
Yeah,
you know,
they do. I mean, they provide the opportunity. They do the product fulfillment and all that stuff. Right? It's your job to do the marketing, but these companies will try to fill the role of teaching you how to do marketing, but they do a very poor job at it.
Awful.
Most of them. I'm not gonna say all of them, but the vast majority of them.
Oh yeah. All right. What else?
All right. So we got a global bonus pool. You get 3%. Not
hold on. You don't get the bonus pool until when? What rank?
I don't know. It didn't say.
Scroll up. Okay, right there. 5-star director.
Okay.
Is the point at which you get the bonus pools. 3%.
Where does it say? Oh, because there's line here. That's what that means.
It's okay.
I didn't know. All right. Okay.
Yeah.
5-star. Just say it. So once you get 5-star, you get 3% bonus pool. Now, see, this is common, right? We know the bonus pools usually happen at the higher tiers of the comp plan, but it still also creates that, the people at the top make all the money thing where you're already making a good 14,000 a month. Yeah. Then they're gonna throw in some more money on top of that.
Yeah.
Right. So that it's gonna be that much more bigger. 8+ star pool, 1%. So it's like it's a 1%, and it's only for the 8-star director.
Right.
So
I've seen on average global bonus pools look like this, where you have to hit a certain rank before you can get them. But I've also seen the rare cases where you get the global pool no matter what rank you are. So once you've seen that, you can't unsee it, and you're like, I don't want anything else. So yeah, I had to keep reminding myself, oh yeah, this is common. Yeah. But I don't like it though. Okay.
I think they do that a lot for any heavy hitters coming in that are already big. They want some extra thrown on top. Okay. So all right, monthly payouts, matching bonus. Matching bonus is a way to encourage leadership and teamwork in an organization. Associates that are commission qualified will receive a 10% match on all personally sponsored associates that generate a Unilevel commission check. Many companies offer this bonus for their highest ranks. At Truvy, we pay this from day one. Okay, sorry, I have to call BS on this one. A lot of companies will pay a matching bonus. Some of them will do just like Truvy. It's not like Truvy's the only one. But with that being said, yes, there's tons of companies, that do matching bonuses, but yeah, a lot of them will do it once you hit a certain rank. But a lot of times that rank is not that high. They just want to make sure that you're here to stay. Yeah. And you're not just, testing it out. So yeah. Well, what's uncommon is that I don't usually see a matching bonus in a unilevel comp plan. You see them all the time in binaries. Like that's like one of the things that is a staple to a binary plan is some sort of matching check bonus, right? So the fact that this is unilevel and they're offering a match bonus is it's uncommon to see. So
yeah. So just remember it's a 10% match. Sometimes you will be targeted or the offer, the pitch will be made to you. We have matching bonuses here, and they know that psychologically people think a match is a match 100%. It's not, it's a 10% match. So just remember that. And they're talking about if the person has 1,000, then you get 10%, which is 100. But where'd that number come from?
They just picked one that was easy for math's sake. I think.
Okay.
Yeah, if one of your personally sponsored people generates a Unilevel commission check of $1,000
somehow,
then you will get 100.
Yeah.
All right. So it's not a lot, but I mean, if you have somebody on your front line, if you got people on your front line, they're generating $100,000 to in Unilevel commissions collectively, then you can make $10,000 from that. Yeah.
All right.
New volume pool MVP. The MVP 1,000 and 2,500 is new volume. To qualify for MVP 1,000, you need 1,000 PV in new volume, and to qualify for MVP 2,500, you need 2,500 PV in new volume. So these looks like additional pools that are strictly based on new people coming in. So let's read the example here. Enroll new customers and associates during the current calendar month. The combined volume from these new customers and associates during their first 2 months will count towards qualifying you for a share in the MVP bonus. Example, customer who enrolls in July and orders in July will count towards Upline's MVP total in July. If they order again in August, it will count towards Upline's August MVP total as well. So step 2, 2% of all new volume purchased during the month will be placed into 2 bonus pools. This includes volume from all markets globally. 3, these bonus pools will be split up amongst all associates that qualify. Those above 1,000 will be in one pool of 1%, and those above 2,500 will be in a separate 1% pool. These will be paid with monthly commissions. This is, I think, new too. I don't think I've heard of a new volume pool. I've heard of the one we just saw where it's like they'll take a pool of all of the company revenues and give it to people at a certain rank. But I don't think I've that I can remember seeing a pool based on like new volume. So they're trying to incentivize you to bring new customers in, and they added this pool in to do it. So cool.
I think the only part where I got confused is it says 1,000 PV in new volume. Well, they said PV stood for personal volume. So now they're saying PV in terms of customers, you bring in personal customers. So that was interesting that there was like a switch there. But yeah, this is interesting. So what they're saying is the first 2 months worth of volume that the company brings in, right? New customers, though the first 2 months is going to this new volume pool, doesn't necessarily count towards the full pool that they would be paying out to 5-star directors and above. The rest of whatever the volume is from, recurring customers from month 3 and beyond would be where that money comes from the pool. For the pool. That's what it sounds like.
Yeah, I mean, in addition,
because they wouldn't pay you twice.
Well, this is in addition to, this would be in addition to any other commissions you receive.
No, I know that, but what I'm saying is you would only, the money from the new volume pool is separated from the old volume pool. So it looks like they put, if it's the customer's first 2 months, they would, that money would be allocated towards the new volume pool. Now, if it's 3 months and beyond, then that money that they paid goes into the regular volume pool, the pool share.
Oh, you talking about the one that was in the chart up here?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't know if they,
Because otherwise they'd be paying you twice on the same thing, which they can't do.
yeah, I don't know if they, yeah, I don't know what they didn't specify what,
Right.
which volume these global bonus pools will be based on. But this, I mean, this said out, you know, at least we do know outside of the first month. So I know it doesn't count the first month volume because they
Right.
pay those bonuses on it,
Right.
but I don't know if it counts the second. because of
Another
this.
question that I have is, oh, never mind, they answered that. So this is strictly based not on your rank, but on the amount of volume you're bringing in. So you'd be able to make this no matter what rank you are.
Yeah, it looks like it. But my question is this just your personally sponsored, like the volume you personally brought in, or is it for your whole team?
It says new customers and associates.
Yeah, but is it just
Excuse me.
is it just counting the people that you bring in or your team brings in too?
Oh.
So it says enroll new customers and associates. So whether they're customers or business during the calendar months, the combined volume from these new customers and associates during their first 2 months will count towards qualifying you for shares. But I don't know if it's,
And granted, that's a lot of new people.
it's a good 10 if you're
Yeah.
talking about 100 points per, yeah, 10 to 25. So I'm like, well, are we talking about me bringing in 10 to 25 people or me plus the efforts of my team?
Yeah, yeah.
So I would want to know that.
Go back up real quick. Let me just make sure I didn't miss this part. Yeah, so they take 2%, split it up 1%, 1%, and then give you a share of the 1% of the new volume that came in.
Mm-hmm.
So could be a decent amount of money, could be a teeny bit of money, could be a lot of money. I mean, it's a pool share. It's 1% of the volume of all the new. So it really depends on what the entire company is doing when it comes to, pool volume shares. So, okay, just making sure we didn't miss nothing. Because it doesn't specify. Wait, go back. I'm sorry. Oh yeah, that was just the example. Okay.
Yeah, they really have to specify which volume counts. Is it just you that have to personally bring these people in, or can your team contribute to this volume as well that's going to qualify you for this?
They said PV, not group, not GV. They didn't talk about group volume. They, you know what I'm saying? They use the term PV.
Yeah, I think they use, and that can be confusing as well, because it seems like they use PV for everything. If it's volume, it's PV. It's what it seems like. But does PV really stand for personal volume, or is it point volume, or does that specify anywhere? I'm trying to go back to see.
Yeah, maybe we just took it to mean personal volume. Maybe it does mean point. No, it says personal volume.
It says
PV.
personal volume.
That's
here.
Where we got it from.
It says it right here.
And then when you scroll down to that pool, when you scroll down to this, then it's got 1,000 PV in new volume.
Yeah.
2,500 in PV. So are they telling you that PV is PV, child? You need to bring in 10 new people that are at 100 points each for the 1,000 points. And then you'll get a share of that.
Hopefully they cleared up.
Yeah.
Let's see. All right, monthly payouts, global bonus pools. This bonus pool is based on 3% of total worldwide commissionable volume. What, CV?
No, this part
okay, yeah.
It's the total worldwide commissionable volume, whatever that means.
These bonus pools are reserved for those who achieve the top level of the comp plan and who meet the following requirements. You must be 5-star above. You must have one personally enrolled associate that qualifies for MVP. You must personally have at least 500 in MVP volume. Must have 3 personally sponsored with 500 MVP or one personally sponsored with 1,000 MVP.
That's a whole lot to do.
That is quite a bit of requirements. I mean, it's one thing, like I did this big thing. I reached the top levels of this comp plan. Now I have to make sure. Now they're doing it because they want you to, help your team too, right? Give you incentive to help your team. If you get there by yourself and you got other people that's not MVP, that's not bringing in new volume, then it's like, oh, you can't qualify. Now, being that if you're 5-star above, let's go back up to, what gets you 5-star, right? That's a lot of volume.
Yeah.
Right. You got at least 6 people. That's a lot of volume. So out of all that volume, for them to require you to have, someone that has 500 VP, 1,000 MVP or whatever, it's not a whole lot. But so they're saying for you, because I'm thinking if the global bonus pool is every month for you, then so you have to make sure this is like, okay, like when you reach these top levels, you need to still bring people in. You can't just stop and chill.
Right.
So what they're saying is
that's the goal for most people. You want to work hard to hit the top rank so that you can slow down, right? You speed up to slow down, as they say. You speed up in the beginning, you're working hard, you're building your team so that the team's big enough to now run on its own. It's pretty much, automated organization there because you have a team of leaders under you who are now, doing the work, and they have leaders that they're developing, so people won't need you after a while, is the way that a lot of people hope it will be, and you have this time freedom now. But the way that this is set up, it's like if you are having to constantly bring in new volume points, right, then it's you're always going to be working.
Oh yeah. I mean, and like I said, they didn't really answer the question of if this is all volume that you have to bring in personally, or if it's your team.
And look at the difference between number 3 and number 4. You must personally have at least 500 in volume, right? But then it says, and then on top of that, you just need one with 500. It's like you need 3 with 500.
Yeah,
like that's what it looks like to me.
Yeah, you personally have to have 500, and then you have to have 3 personally sponsored that have 500, or 1 personally sponsored with 1,000.
So this is what I'm trying to understand. What do they mean by you must personally have at least 500 in MPV volume? Are they telling you got to now buy 500 points?
You got to bring in 5 people. 5 retail customers or 5 associates.
But that would be personally sponsored then. But they've got a number.
No, their person. The number 4 means that the personally sponsored have to bring in this volume. Not them.
Sure, okay.
They have to get more people. That's what they're saying on number 4.
So everybody working, Chad.
You got to get the new volume. Now, granted, this doesn't happen until you start reaching a higher end of the comp plan. This requirement doesn't kick in then. So, I mean, hopefully by then you have the skill to do this.
I was going to say, hopefully it'll be easy for you to do a little 500 when you bringing in, what was that? 400,000.
Yeah.
Hold on, let's go back. Because then your outside. Yeah, I'm sorry, 200,000 plus 40,000 on your outside. Somewhere in there should be those little 500 points here and there. You know what I mean? At that point, yeah, you should have that. I'm going way too far. Okay.
Yeah, so new volume. But then number 2 is you must have 1 personally enrolled associate that qualifies for MVP. So I mean, this
you could probably do 2
fulfills. Yeah.
All right.
8+ star pools. This bonus pool is based on 1% of the commissionable volume reserved for 8-star and above. Okay.
Yeah, we saw that.
Yeah. FAQ. So did we at the end already?
Yeah.
All right. Maybe to answer some questions. Does volume purchase from my customers still roll over and count as my shared qualified volume? This is the first time I've seen this word.
Oh,
it does. What is SQV?
We ain't synced that till name.
Ain't seen it. Okay. So let's see what this is. The first 100 CV, first time we've seen, well, CV wasn't really defined, but it's commissionable volume. Okay. So the first 100 CV from your customer does not roll over, Any additional volume over 100 CV will roll over and count towards your TQV.
Shit.
Total qualifying volume, I suppose. Only volume from customers in their first.
I'm about to leave, bro.
They're bringing up new terms
at the end
that we haven't covered yet.
Okay, I'm back. Go
We
ahead.
we need a, what do they call it? A
glossary.
glossary or something.
Because what in the hell?
Right? Only volume from customers in their first 2 months of enrollment would count towards SQV. Example of shared qualifying volume. So if a customer is at 125 CV purchased, the 100 will count, and then 25 will roll over to your qualifying volume. So, okay, we get that.
Wait, it's going to roll over to
It rolls over shared qualifying.
So that would be you.
Volume is paid where purchased. It is only shared for qualifying purposes. Only volume from customers in their first 2 months of enrollment will count towards shared qualifying volume. Is there something?
Did we miss something?
Yeah, like, is there a glossary or something?
No.
So here's what because this, you have to look this up. Here's what I'm thinking this means. So it seems like in order to qualify for a rank, they have to count some sort of volume. They're going to be counting some of the volume for the same people to qualify because of the levels, right? So if I'm counting somebody, let's go back up to the chart, right? If I'm counting somebody on level 3 for the qualification of this guy right here, then that level 3 is somebody's level 5 and 6 and 7. Yeah. So that same volume would be used to qualifying this person up here for a rank as well. Okay. Right? That's what I'm thinking they're meaning by shared qualifying volume. And so what they're asking is what volume actually counts for that shared qualifying volume. And so they're saying the first 100 in volume from the customer doesn't roll over because you need 100. It needs 100. They need 100. Right? If they purchase over 100, which was they did 125, so that 25, any additional volume, roll over and count towards your TQV, which I guess stands for total qualifying volume, but they never define it. They don't tell you. Yeah. They never define it. Only volume from customers in their first 2 months of enrollment would count towards shared qualifying volume. Again, it's really unclear. We told y'all, don't go jumping over in this company chair without looking at this stuff first. And I'm not just talking about Truvy, just don't go jumping on over there because you done seen some leader, some sponsor, somebody jump into something without them being able to go over this with you. Yeah. If they can't go over this stuff with you line by line, don't join yet. Come to us. Yeah. We don't have any vested interest. You can join or not join. We don't care. We're not getting paid from you either way, if you join or you don't join, right? So we don't have any vested interest. They do, though. They need you to sign up with them so that they make money. We don't. That's not how we make our money. So you have to understand how this stuff works. Red flag number 1 for me is we couldn't even find this on their website. It took work just to find the comp plan when they are required to be transparent. And then number 2, some of the stuff is very vague. And then number 3, we get down to the bottom, the last 2 pages. This ain't even part of the comp plan. It's the FAQ, huh? Really? Right. And this is the FAQ. So, and they just introducing new terms. Like we always been talking about this the whole time. No. It's unclear. And so this is where you need and again, just real quick, babe, right here. This only will happen if this is their first 2 months. Otherwise, this ain't rolling over. It will only roll over if they're in their first 2 months. So then what happens if it's not their first 2 months? Where's these extra points going? Where do they go? Anyway, Shad, let's move on. There's too much. But yeah, this is where you start needing like people to explain, do a comp plan presentation for you and explain. But like it's one thing to like have all of the comp plan information on a document, and then people don't understand and you have to explain, all right. But when you don't have all the information there and you have to come in and explain, like, because all the information is not here. It's not. So that's frustrating. All right, so our first order bonus is paid only on associate orders. No, first order bonus now pays on any first order that includes PV placed by either an associate or customer. Okay, so do we still get the retail difference if the order was paid first order bonus? Yes. Anytime a product is purchased at retail, a retail difference commission will be paid to the enroller of that customer. Any other first order bonus or Unilevel commission will also be paid in a volume from that order. Okay. So my customers count towards an active in my organization. They do. Anytime a customer has 75 PV or greater, they're considered an active and can be counted towards helping you meet your active within 8 and active outside of 2 largest leg requirements.
Okay.
So they have to have, if a customer has less than 75 PV, it doesn't count towards your active.
Right.
Am I qualified to earn first order bonuses when I'm upgraded to associate if I have less than 100 TQV? To be first order bonus qualified, an associate must have 100 TQV. This can include shared qualifying volume.
What the hell is TQV again?
They haven't
They
defined
still
it.
ain't told us. Oh, okay. We just supposed to know. All right.
In the current month or have had 100 TQV in the previous calendar month. This is for level 1 first order bonus payments. To be qualified for first order bonus payments of levels 2 through 4, an associate must have 200 TQV in the current or previous calendar month. An exception to this is made when the customer is upgraded to an associate. In the month that they are upgraded, the new associate will be first order bonus qualified regardless of their current TQV.
Wish we knew what TQV was.
Yeah, so this 100, 200. Remember what we saw? Something about 100 and 200
there.
right here. This is total quant. That's what it is. They did define it up here.
Okay, all right. So our bad.
Now, well, they mentioned it, but they didn't define it. I don't think.
True, because you don't see it in parentheses TQV.
Yeah, so
and that's typically what they would do if they want you to know what they're talking about.
Yeah. So it says it is paid out to the sponsorship tree to the first 4 qualified upline associates that have generated at least 100 total qualifying volume.
That's TQV, you guys.
Yeah, or 200 total qualifying volume for levels 2 through 4 in the current. So they mentioned it, but they still didn't define the difference between TQV and PV. But when I'm thinking of qualified, at least 100 for level 1 payments or 200 total qualifying for 2 through 4. So I think that the TQV is all your group volume, not your personal. That's what I've taken it to mean. Total qualifying volume for your, I don't know, but they have to define stuff like that. They absolutely do have to do that, and they didn't here. They did a bad job of making that clear. How does my account get upgraded to an associate? Anytime you enroll someone or someone in your downline places an order, your account will be automatically upgraded to an associate and eligible to earn commissions and bonuses. And this is a little roadmap they added in. Monthly Unilevel pays out up to 8 levels. Fast start levels, 4 levels paid on every first order, but you have to qualify for this. Retail difference, commissions.
So you're not allowed to get paid no money unless you put in $100. I'm sorry, 100 points yourself.
Yeah, you got to do 100. They got incentive trips and stuff. Okay, what is volume? GV8, the volume associated with the product purchase within A levels. Okay. AO2, volume outside your 2 largest legs. Okay.
This is just a little colorful,
Yeah.
cutesy way of showing what we
Well,
just looked over.
Well, that nullifies what I just said that I believe TQV is, because it's not. This is GV8.
Yeah.
So I don't know. There's some things that are unclear in this comp plan. Overall, I mean, based on, this is the main part I look at is this, right? This is going to tell me what I got to do to hit ranks, what my residual could possibly be,
right,
and things like that. And so, you look at that and it's like, well, it's decent. It's not, the percentages are pretty even, right? 5, 6, and 7%. It's not this huge gap of percentages. And
but in order to get paid more, because you're getting paid on more levels, to go from one rank to the next is there's an extremely big gap. To go from managing associate to senior associate, like we said, you got to 6x your efforts and just to get paid on one more level. Anyway, then to go from senior to 1 star, you have to triple what you were doing. And then to go from 1 star to 2 star, you have to more than double, almost triple what you were doing. Then to go from 2 star to 3 star, you have to double your efforts. 3 star to 4 star, double your efforts. 4 star to 5 star, double your efforts. And when you're trying to double your efforts to go from 50,000 points to 100,000 points, that is a lot of work to do. Don't let anybody tell you anything different. Don't let people be sitting up here talking about, oh, your team's going to build momentum. When, how, where? Because that ain't going to happen unless you guys have the right skills. Like, for real, like, you need skills and a system. And just having a comp plan ain't no system. Just watching the training videos in the company back office is not a system. So in what way will your upline, your sponsor, and this company put you in a position where you have the proper skills to grow your business online, including if you choose to leave and go somewhere else? I'm gonna tell you right now, spoiler alert, that does not exist in the company. And number 2, a system in place that will show you exactly how to put this comp plan in action. And not only show you, but you will be able to utilize it to create results for yourself and duplicate them. Because duplication is not y'all doing these copy paste messages, not y'all all going out posting the same thing. The FQT5, what is it? The SF5 coming soon, and everybody posting it, and they talking about, oh, y'all don't look foolish. We're in unison. That's what Colts be saying. No offense, but I'm just saying, like, it doesn't make any sense to me. You can't just go around being copycats and duplicates of one another if you want to build your business. Because then how do you stand out? If all y'all saying the same thing, who stands out? Where are you going to earn your money from? Oh yeah, it's dark now. Like, you gotta really think as a business owner. This is, I know they talk about building teams, but your business is yours. And you're going to have to learn how to make proper decisions for your business, for you and your family, for your future. You don't get to, like, this ain't the NFL. Okay, it's not like you guys only get paid if you all are working together, because you would still be able to get paid even if you have a few people on your team that's not really pulling their weight. You know what I'm saying? Like, because it's a team full of individual entrepreneurs. So all of you have to put in some effort, and they got y'all out here posting the stuff. I'm an appreneur, which we haven't even gotten into yet, because we got to look into that. Yeah. Like, evidently the company is now coming out with a free app, but they're encouraging their associates, their, whatever you want to call it, what is that what they are, associates? I think it's associates. They're encouraging them to say things like, oh, I'm using this free app and it's helping me with my fitness goals. Get on in here. Let me show you how to earn money on a free app. that stuff. But again, that's only a piece of the story. You ain't getting told everything. And again, when you look at this comp plan, you get to look at it for yourself and think, is this worth it for you? What I'm seeing, the highest level is 8-star director. In order for you to make what I consider, me personally, some decent money in this company where it's worth it for me, you got to get all the way up to 5-star director. And you guys saw how much work that is. For me, the comp plan is okay. Like, I'm not knocking the comp plan because they do have some stuff that's fair, but the way that they explain the comp plan is a little shady.
Not, some parts are not clear.
Yeah. That's what
they
I
need
meant.
to define their terms more.
Yeah.
And yeah, don't introduce new terms and just be like, yeah, y'all know what this is, right? Like, no, we don't.
Remember back on page 2, we know you're at the end of this, but all the way back on page 2, we mentioned TQ.
Still didn't define it though.
Right.
And what's the difference between TQV, GVA, TO,
AL2, yeah.
AL2, yeah.
I would like to think what we saw was like some
SQV.
Oh yeah. I'd like to think what we saw is some kind of condensed version, and maybe there is a more in-depth comp plan. Listen, if you're in Truvy and you feel like we done did y'all wrong, or you have a more updated comp plan, please feel free to post it. Matter of fact, you can take the comp plan link, put it right here in the chat. We'd be happy to go back over it. We do a whole new video. You know what I mean? But as far as we know, this is the best information that we could get, which is unfortunate because the company should have the information right there. I don't understand why we had to leave the company's site to go to Google. And that was the way we were able to go to the right place on the site to get access to their most recent comp plan.
Yeah.
That makes no sense to me.
BLT. Yeah. So I mean, overall, I mean, there's nothing like, well, the new thing that I did see was the fact that you do get, you can get some sort of match in a Unilevel, but I mean,
nice.
That's nice.
There's pros and cons to this. This so far has been one of the better comp plans out of everything that we've looked at so far, but we've only looked at like 4 companies.
Yeah. I think overall it's simple to understand as long as you know the terms, and you don't get yourself caught up in all the qualifying stuff. Like, I would assume that once you get in, you would come to understand what these things mean as you build your business, right? They have the little meters in the back office that tell you, what volume and what you need for the next step and things like that. But for the overall like simplicity, it ain't complex, it ain't convoluted. It's pretty simple to understand this comp plan.
Yeah, I did great for that.
Yeah.
It's pretty simple.
And I did like the fact that it was based on, you have the 100 going across the board. Like, as long as you have 100 PV,
you good.
And then you have your 6-person you sponsor, you can go to the top of the comp plan like that.
Yeah.
So it wasn't like, ridiculous.
But you will have to buy every month.
Yeah. And with these videos, we're not looking at like, company and the products. This is strictly comp plan. Right. Strictly comp plan. So
yeah. And it's a matter of, again, is it worth it with the amount of money that you put in to qualify with your 100 points? Is it worth it for you to build up a team and put in the effort necessary to grow your team to the size you want? Do you maybe want to bypass getting the global bonuses so that you don't have to fill all those requirements at 5-star? You could just coast once you hit 5-star and not worry about that, So yeah, you got options here.
Yeah. And just the main thing to keep in mind is the product and your ability to mark, because aside from the comp plan, it's got to be like, the products, the things that people are buying. Are they going to keep buying every month, because your income depends on that. And so if they're going into this space where they have this fitness app coming out, right? Now, from what I'm like determining is that they're trying to do is they're trying to market the products through the app, right? So if you get somebody to download a fitness app and they're linked to you, then if they buy products through the app, then you get a commission, right? That's, that's what I assume is the whole idea. But you also have to think, well, it's in health and wellness. Health and wellness is super huge and super competitive.
Yep.
Even outside of network marketing, you have a bunch of health, companies that sell health and wellness products. Then you're competing with people like Beachbody, who's been around for a long time. They have their own fitness workers that they advertise on TV infomercials. Like, you know what I mean? So it's like, man, it's like,
I'm just really not a fan of their marketing. I don't know who this company is. I don't know who is telling them to go out and do this stuff. But honestly, I've seen it with some other companies. I've seen it with Live Good. I've seen it with what was that travel thingy?
Res Club?
My Res Club. Look at all this buzz. Ooh, come be a part of this. Be a part of what, child? Because in 2 to 3 months, you don't hear nobody saying nothing about it no more. And it's because people come in all excited. They're not making business decisions based on facts. They're making it based on emotions. That is the worst thing you could do for yourself, and the worst thing that you could do in terms of putting your family in that kind of risk. You need to be looking at, what true entrepreneurs take a look at and what true investors take a look at. And if you haven't, go watch a little bit of Shark Tank and start picking up, why they make certain decisions. You might see somebody come and present and you're like, oh, it's a great idea. And you're emotionally involved in it. See, you be one of them sharks that would be like, I've got the money, let's do it. But when you pay attention to them, the professionals, they send back like, what's the valuation? Looks like it's this. What makes you think your company's worth that? How many sales have you brought in already? A lot of people want to come in to a network marketing company on the ground floor. Big mistake. Because when you're looking at something like Shark Tank, which is a great example, they're not getting excited just because you're excited. This is their money. They're putting in hundreds of millions of dollars into something. No, because you excited, I'm supposed to put my money in and be a part of this. Hell no. You got to show me numbers. Show me a track record. And if the company doesn't have a track record, like they say, I'm out. For that reason, I'm out. So yeah, but I don't know. Yeah. And it's unfortunate because lately I've been seeing companies, they may not necessarily be brand new, but there are companies that are starting to become popular because although they're not new, they have changed their marketing strategy and they are preying on the people who have been unsuccessful in network marketing, which is most folks, maybe you. And they're taking advantage of that. And they're like, oh, we've got a program for the rest of us. We've got something that's for the regular average person. And to me, that rings, here's a participation trophy, which I personally don't like. If I worked for it, I earned it. And I want other people to see the power they have inside so they can go earn it too. Not for them to feel less than me and that they could never measure up. And then that's why we just gonna give them a trophy anyway. I don't want you to just give me a business and tell me you just gonna give me money when that's not true, number one. And that's supposed to make me feel good. You handed me a crutch and a handout? No, that's not what business is about. And until people start to realize that, they're going to keep jumping from company to company, thinking that they're going to get some kind of magic wand formula, and they're just never going to be successful. And they'll never take the time to stop and take a look inside themselves and realize I'm the common denominator. If I just focused on growing my skills instead of focused on jumping into this company, that company, or jumping from this leader to that leader, right? You follow them till they say something you don't like, then you move on, right? That's stupid. That's not how to build a business. That's not how to build the stability that we're looking for. And in this day and age where everything that just happened 3 years ago in 2020 with COVID, come on, y'all. You don't have the luxury of saying next time, the next company I get in will be better. It's not about the company, it's about the skills. And that's what we have inside the Profitpreneur. So you can come and check us out. It's only $7 a month for our mini membership right now. Come on in, take a look, money back guarantee. You will like what you see here. You will see things that you've never seen inside of a network marketing company's training. because we're going to show you how to build a solid foundation for any kind of online business that you want to build, including if you're in a network marketing company and the company's telling you, we don't do online, we do belly to belly. As long as it's not in their policy that you 100% cannot market yourself online, we can show you how to do it, right? We'll never teach you something that will put you in legal jeopardy. But you also have choices. You could leave if you want to and go find a company that'll let you market online. It ain't that difficult, So yeah, things to think about, you guys. Hopefully you got some really great value from this comp plan. Drop in the chat, drop in the comments what you would like to see us do next. We'll be back tomorrow with another very interesting comp plan, and it's controversial, and it's gonna be fun.
Yeah. All right.
Thanks, guys.
See y'all in the
Bye.
next one. Uh-oh.